This woman was enjoying the sun bath on the beach. Annie asked her husband to help apply some sunscreen. After applying the sunscreen, the man jumped into the sea to swim alone. No one knows how much time had passed. But when Annie woke up, her heart dropped. Her husband was nowhere to be found. She tried calling, but the number couldn't be reached. No footprints, no towel, nothing. She then asked a couple nearby, "Did you see a man go swimming here?" But they had just arrived and didn't see anyone either. She then put on her clothes and ran down the beach. She asked every tourist she could find, but no one had seen him. She began to fear that her husband might have drowned. She anxiously rushed to the lifeguard station. They launched a speedboat and began searching the sea. They scanned every corner of the sea, but there wasn't a single floating object. Now he'd been missing for 3 hours straight. Annie then reported it to the police. Upon hearing this, the officer burst into laughter. Because the beach was very small, and searching for 3 hours, there was only one explanation. Her husband must have left on his own. There would be no investigation as it's not a solid case. The officer jotted down a few notes and told Annie to wait for news at home. A whole month passed. Every day, Annie returned to the beach, just staring at the water, waiting for her husband to show up. But he never came back. One day, her phone rang. She became excited, thinking it was her husband. She picked up only to hear hotel customer service. That was the moment her hope collapsed. Annie became really upset. Where did he go? Eventually, the summer vacations ended. Annie went back to her job as a university professor, but on her very first day, she noticed something strange. One of her new students was the same lifeguard she'd spoken to that day. His name was Jack. After every class, he tried to spark a conversation with her. One evening, he even invited her to dinner. But Annie knew what his intentions were and refused him coldly, because in her heart, her husband was still alive. That night, she opened her husband's laptop just to feel his presence. But in his old work videos, there was something strange. A woman was always chatting with him in those videos, and it was clear from the way she spoke to her husband that she liked him. She was always smiling and trying to flirt with him. She suspected that she had something to do with her husband's disappearance. Annie paused the screen, zoomed in on the face. She had never seen this woman before. She called her best friend to help identify her, but even she had no clue. The next day, suddenly her phone rang again. This time it was the police. Subscribe for part 2 because